Hi, church. It's been a few weeks, but as promised, here is the follow-up video. And actually, it didn't even take the form I thought it would. The original plan was to give you guys a bit of information, give you a chance to reply. Thank you for those that replied. Hopefully, I've gotten back to you in a sufficient way. But the update, as a general rule, has actually kind of changed a little bit. If you remember, the beginning of March, we began to not be able to meet in worship experiences because of COVID-19, as we're all very aware of, and what's been going on. And so even some of the things that we announced to you about beginning to pursue what we would call a co-pastor and that type of things, it's changed just a little bit. Not necessarily what the goal is or the objective is or even the vision is of what we're trying to do, but maybe the timing has changed just a little bit. And so what I want to update with you in is this. Leadership team has met and really thought, because of the variables, because of the uncertainty of what we don't know what's going on, let's have a 4 to 8 week season of prayer, where we just pray together as a church, as we have been, which I've been very excited about. But let's continue to pray in our personal times of worship and our corporate times of worship about what God would have for us in the future. First and foremost, prayer is supposed to be our first work, and we always say that. And it's interesting how times like this of crisis, of uncertainty, really draw us and accentuate that important priority. And so that's one thing that we just need to do as a church, and enter into that 4 to 8 week season of prayer. Another thing that's going to do, just real practically, and I'm not afraid to say that to you, to admit that to you, is it'll also give us time to figure out what's going on, like when can we meet once again together as a church versus meeting as like Zoom calls and things like that. And that'll give us a little bit of idea of when life may go back to normal, or give us a little bit of better grasp of what the future is going to look like. And so that'll do that. One thing I do want to emphasize is we want to continue on this path. We want to continue on this trajectory that through hiring, through taking a step of faith, that this church is going to grow, that God is going to grow this church. He's going to bring people to us as we reach out into the community, as we serve, as we reach felt needs in the community, as we present the gospel to people, that God's going to grow this church. And so that need is going to be there. So let's continue to pray in faith, continue to pray in provision, continue to lean in that direction, and continue to look for the markers that we indicated in the first video about what we want God to do to give us wisdom and discernment as we go forward. So that's kind of the update. Let's pray. Let's wait and see. Let's trust God for the future. Oh, the other thing I want to just kind of close with today is Fellowship Weaverville is, while very different right now, it's also thriving. Our Zoom calls, I've had over 110 people every week, which is just an incredible turnout for a church like ours. We're seeing connections, we're seeing prayers, we're seeing people bond together. I know it's different. I know it's still strange. It's not what we want to even consider our new normal, and I don't think it is our new normal. But for right now, it is what we're in, and it is what we're dealing with. And so, Lord is at work. God is at work through you, hopefully in you as well. And so be encouraged during this time. I know it's different. I know it's weird, but God is still doing great things. So let's keep trusting in Him.